making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Get some bacon then put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes.
Hey y'all, it's Hans. Welcome back. So today we were reviewing the Envision Halo. This is the 25mm thermal scope. There's two different models. There's the 25mm and then the Halo LR. If you've listened to the Late Night Vision Show podcast, we've been talking about the Halo scopes a lot here lately. This is the full review. I've had it for a couple weeks now. I've done a lot of hunts with it. So feel pretty confident that I have a good idea of what you can expect when you open the box on your brand new Envision Halo. So to start out, these are available right now for sale at OutdoorLegacyGear.com. Go check them out. You can read all the specs, see different types of reviews on them, and also you'll be able to check out this video on there as well. But this is the Envision Halo. This is the 25mm, and just walking around the scope right now, you can kind of see, take a look at that 25mm objective lens on it. Now you probably see a lot of wires and something that's mounted on top of it. This is an external battery pack that I'm using to power the scope up. Also, I've got an MDVR for recording video. The videos you're going to see today from the Envision Halo are actually recorded from a recording device that sits behind the eyepiece. So the videos that you see always when you have a scope that doesn't have the internal video recorder, like this one does not, similar to the Trijicons, the videos that you see on YouTube or social media really do not do the scope justice from what you see through the eyepiece. So keep that in mind when you're watching the videos coming up. I did have a recorder sitting behind the eyepiece to try to give us some type of realistic expectation of what the picture looks like. Again, 25mm objective lens. It has an eyepiece focus diopter on the front. It does not have a ring on the end like some scopes do to focus the objective lens. It's actually done internally where you can sharpen the image. It's got the button layout, pretty simple to figure out. There's looks like 5 different buttons on here. You got your on off, you've got your switch from white hot to black hot. You can raise your contrast. Those buttons do a wide variety of different things, but you can go through the menu settings and also adjust all those different settings as well. So on the side here is where your battery cap is, or it runs on 4 of the CR123A batteries. I think the battery life on these are very good, and it does take 4 batteries. Some scopes take 2, but I like the fact that it runs on 4 because it does give you longer battery life. But 3 hours continuous runtime on a set of batteries I don't think is going to be a problem at all in warmer weather. If it's very cold outside, of course, like any battery, it's going to run it down even quicker. But we're going to take a look at some videos and also run down some specs on this scope. There he comes. Hold on. See how close it'll get. Alright, count it down. 1, 2. Alright, so going through the specs right now. So first off, this is a 640 by 480 thermal resolution scope. It's the BAE core, which is basically the same thermal core that the Trijicons use. Same quality, great picture that you're going to expect to get with a Trijicon. I'm going to go ahead and say that this scope, from my past experience with the Trijicon Reap IR, this picture is just as good, and in my opinion, if not a little bit better than the Trijicon Reap IR. So the Halo 25mm starts out on a 1.7 base magnification. It's got a 2x and 4x digital zoom. It's a 12 micron scope. So right now, you know, the lower the micron number, the better the picture image. Right now, 12 micron is the best out there. It's got an overall weight when you don't have a battery pack and all that mounted on it, but it's got a total weight of a little over 20 ounces. You know, it's about, from the measurements I'm looking at right now, the length on the scope, on the unit is 6.8 inches, and it's about 2.9 inches tall. It does have a video out port, so you can either hook up the unit to an MDVR and also external battery pack. I've got it mounted actually for both right now with a special cable. You know, really, other than that, you know, it's got the 60 hertz refresh rate, which right now is the top as far as refresh rate, 60 hertz. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I like about this scope and anything that I thought might need to be changed. But all right, so what I like about this scope, the best thing about it is just as good picture quality that you would find on a Trijicon unit, basically the same BAE core that you'd find in any Trijicon. The best thing about it is the price on this scope right here, the 25mm, is $5,995, which is about $2,000 less than the Trijicon Reap IR. Amazing picture quality, obviously a plus. Another plus that I see is the setting up of the scope, the menu settings, very simple. To me, much more simpler than the Trijicon Reap IR as far as how to get into the menu, working the menu, changing the settings. They include a very easy to understand, quick user guide to setting up the scope. The sign-in process, again, very easy, not difficult at all. So as far as the picture and the functionality of the scope, it definitely gets a check mark on the positive side for me compared to the Trijicons. I like the fact that it's a small unit, not very heavy. You know, when you're carrying your rifle around or your pistol like I've got right now, I've got it mounted on a 6.5 Grendel pistol. You know, you don't notice a big heavy weight added to the gun as you're carrying it around. So all very good positives. Envision has been in the business now for a number of years, focused on the law enforcement and military side. They're fairly new into the consumer products with their hunting scopes. So it's not a new company, but again, these scopes come with a 5-year warranty. They stand behind their product. You can tell the quality is very good. I've shot through this gun a lot with this scope mounted on it. Never had an issue, any glitches. It has stayed very accurate. I've shot many hogs with it so far, and very happy with the performance, the picture quality, and the features that are included in. The negatives, you know, to me, any negative or any scope that doesn't include internal video recording, to me, is a negative, because you look at what I have to do to mount on it just to get video, you know, the MDVR, the battery packs. You know, it's something about that we've heard, something about the BAE cores from Trijicon is the same way. They do not have an internal video recorder. The Envision is the same. It's it's a little bit of a pain to be able to get videos, and the videos that you get through an MDVR are not going to be as good as what you see through the scope. But that's just the world that we have to live in right now with these higher quality scopes with the BAE cores. There's a conflict or something way over my head as far as what the problem with being able to include that in. But right now it does not include internal video recording. Other than that, really didn't have any negatives. The buttons on the side I think are easy to manage and get used to. Like I said, there's 5 buttons. Being able to lay out working the buttons in the dark, they're all about the same height. I found myself hitting the wrong buttons at times. They're different shapes, but they're all the same heights and they're very close together. So you really, taking some time to get used to the button layouts, not very difficult, but I did find myself hitting the wrong buttons from time to time. Not a big deal, but again, for a scope with the quality picture that you're going to get out of the highest end scopes, this is the Envision Halo, the 25 millimeter. We're going to be reviewing the Halo LR very soon. And again, I expect good things from it. But for Envision to come out with their first thermal scope, weapons mountable thermal scope, they've done a great job, and they've done so and been able to actually do it at a less expensive price than the Trijicon units. I think if you purchase this unit, you're going to be very happy with it. Again, it's the base magnification of 1.75. The LRs are a base magnification of 3.5, so we'll get a chance to look at that and compare and contrast the different magnification levels. But for anybody that's hunting, hogs or coyotes at closer ranges, 50 to 100 yards, even out to 150 yards, this scope would be do very well. Now, they say right now that the detection range is a little over 1,100 yards. I found it to be much longer than that as far as yardage. I was detecting animals well past 1,100 yards. They say the ID range is around 200 yards. Again, I was IDing, from the videos that you saw, I was IDing hogs and deer at 500 and 600 yards. And that may just be because I've been hunting so long and hog hunting so long, I can tell the way the animal moves and how it reacts if it's a hog or a deer. But I didn't have a problem IDing anything out to 600 or 700 yards with this unit. So I think with their projections and their ID and their detection range, I think they were a little bit modest, because I do think it's much better than what they say. If you have any questions about this scope or any scope, please comment to the video below. Again, go check these out on OutdoorLegacyGear.com. They are for sale right now. You can call Jason, speak with him about it directly. You can call him at 877-350-1818. We're going to continue to be hunting with the Halos, showing more videos, more hog kills. Thank y'all for joining us this week. Go check out the Late Night Vision Show podcast. We talk about all this kind of stuff. The first and only podcast for night vision hunters, coyote hunters, hog hunters. And we do that on a weekly basis. We have our own YouTube channel, the Late Night Vision Show. And we also have that podcast on audio only on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, anywhere that you can find podcasts. But we do that show weekly with new shows coming out every Thursday. Thank y'all for joining me. We'll be losing my voice because I've been talking so long. Thank y'all for joining me. We'll see y'all next week. Stay safe in the fields and keep making the bacon pancakes.
Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so by just clicking on the HansETX logo right below me. Also, the Late Night Vision Show podcast. To subscribe to that YouTube channel, just hit this logo right here to the left. And to watch related videos, you can hit right down there in the corner. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, liking, and keep making them bacon pancakes.